Alright friends, thank you for joining me here for another video at Savior of the Second. So today I wanted to get right into the video. And it's a very easy, self-explanatory video. What is my favorite carry 45 ACP? I've been carrying 45 ACP for quite a while now. Not because of the big truck, small dick kind of thing, where guys with small dicks drive big trucks. I drive big trucks. So carrying a 45 ACP is kind of one of those things where if you grew up in the gun community, you know, everybody's like, oh, carry 45, it's got the best stopping power. Oh, you're not going to kill anybody with a 22 or 380. You know, there's just so many people that carry 45 because they think it's the only thing worth carrying. That's not what I believe. I just, depending on where I'm going, I want to carry a 45. Depending on where I'm going to be, who I'm going to be around, I'm going to carry a 45. Now, I've been through a lot of different 45s. I've been through a lot of the most popular 45s and some of the less popular 45s. But today I'm going to show you my two favorite 45s for carrying for EDC. Both of them happen to be single stacks. I'm not against a double stack. I'm just a thin guy. I'm 5'10", 185 pounds typically. I have a 30-inch waist. I show somewhere. Wherever I am, I typically profile. I appendix carry most of the time. I have a spinal fusion on my lower back. I don't like carrying on my lower back anyway. I've almost always preferred carrying appendix unless I am OWB, outside the waistband. Then I do like going at the hip, outside the waistband. But anything that I'm carrying inside the waistband at my belt line, especially now with the belly holsters, which I love. If you haven't caught that video, take a look here. I'm going to stick with a single stack. And then if I'm going to go beyond that, I'm going to carry my Glock 43X. But sticking with a single stack, these two firearms are what I have come to realize are two of my favorites that I've ever shot, that I've ever carried, that I've ever handled. And it's just really preference. So getting right into it, the first is the Springfield XDS 45 single stack 3.3. Now that gun is one of my favorite Springfields. I've had all of the newer ones. I've had all the Mod 2s. I've had just about all of them. This gun is it means a lot to me. This gun is just so comfortable in my hand. That's not to include the stippling on the grip being very rough and harsh after a long day at the range. But the grip itself is very, very comfortable to me. Yes, we are empty, but everything about this gun is comfortable. And as far as managing recoil goes, this is a pretty good gun at that. Now, I did upgrade both front and rear sights to Trigicons. I did do a trigger job on it. I didn't do it. I sent it out to have somebody do a trigger job, an action job on it. The action is great. The sights are very nice, perfect for acquiring. I really like shooting this gun. I've shot it in the range in the dark. I've shot it in the light because I did want to learn what it would be like acquiring my target with the Trigicons, and I felt very comfortable with it. This gun is fantastic. Single stack. The grip is great. I'm a size large glove. This is with the extended mag, okay? Obviously, I've got a full grip on that. Nice and comfortable. And regardless of what magazine I put in this gun, I profile on it no matter what. Because even with the flush mount mag, which is still a comfortable magazine, I can get half a pinky on there. You see that? Okay, so if I'm gonna get in there and acquire quickly, I can get half a pinky on that and still be pretty comfortable. And with the Trigicons, it is very easy to acquire your target, even if you choose to keep both eyes open. I really like this gun. I love the simplicity of it. I love the aesthetics of it. I love the ergonomics of it. I just really enjoy this gun. And there is something about carrying a 45 that makes you feel maybe a little more secure. Not secure in your manhood, but secure in your ability to defend yourself and your family in a situation requiring stopping power. This is definitely on the top of my list. Now, the other 45 single stack that is also on the top of my list is my Kimber Ultra Carry 2. This has been a great firearm. Say what you want about Kimbers, but I have had great experience with this gun. I am actually selling it. Not because I don't love it, which I do, but because there's a specific car that I want and I have my eye on, and the seller wants this gun. So, see, I'm saying that and I don't want to sell it. Guns are replaceable, and this particular car is not. It's going to go, and I want this car. So, including this firearm in the deal is really essentially what's sealing the deal for me, to make sure I get this car and nobody else does. That being said, we've got a great grip. It's perfect for my hand, though it is a little full. And I will say, I used to have the Glock 30 and the 30S. This feels a little bit like those firearms. Not really, but then a little bit, if you know what I mean. But as far as the 1911 style goes, I love the look of the Kimbers. I love the look of the Ultra Carries. This gun shoots well. I've never had any issues with it, but it doesn't shoot perfectly. I can't point it out. I've never had any problems with it. It's just that the Springfield, believe it or not, just shoots a little bit better. But I love the Kimber for its own reasons. And I really don't know what else to say more than that, because a lot of it is just preference. But I think that you can't go wrong with either one of these if you are in the market for a single stack 45, and especially if you are a thin person that prints and you need something that can at least be slightly concealable. And again, going back to the XDS, with this magazine, it's very, very comfortable in the hand. Very comfortable. And there's something about the look of these that I just love. I was going to put a Talon grip on this at one point, but I decided against it. And I'm glad I didn't, because I got used to the stippling and I felt like it really gave me something tactile to hold. And I ended up really kind of enjoying the grip. Not after, throwing boxes and boxes through this at the range, because it did, end up blistering my hands. It did end up hurting for a while, but this is a great firearm. You can't go wrong with a Springfield, I think. But I am not married to any particular manufacturer. I have Glocks, I have Springfields, I have Kimbers, I have Rugers, I have Smith & Wessons, Kel-Tec, I have, everything. Except the Mossberg. I actually don't own a Mossberg, believe it or not. Maybe it's time. I would like a Shockwave. But, so regarding carrying a 45, is it necessary to carry a 45? No, I don't think it is. I've been carrying 380 for so long in the form of my LCPs, and I'm very comfortable and confident with those as far as myself, my shootability, my handling of the firearms. Will they stop an ultimate threat, someone that is, high on crack and raging? Possibly not. I've seen some pretty gnarly people, and really it comes down to nailing your target in the right place at the right time, and then what happens after that. Being able to make sure that if your target gets shot once or twice and is still coming at you, you know what to do in that situation. Let's say you run out of ammo and you're just unloading. You need to know what to do. You break their knees so they can't move. That's all there is to it. You better be ready to break their knees so they can't move and they stop. Because the name of the game is about disabling your threat as quickly as possible. So that's today's video, friends. I really do enjoy both of these firearms, and in my opinion, you can't go wrong with either one of them. I definitely think that there's something to be said about carrying 45, especially in dire situations, in bad areas. That's where I carry 45. Yeah, I'm not going to go into bad areas where there's large groups of threats with, small ammo. I used to own a property maintenance company, and when I had to travel into the city, into Philadelphia, I maintained some properties on some of the worst streets in Philly. And believe it or not, some of the people that you thought may give you trouble were some of the sweetest people in the world. And some of the people walking around that you would have thought may leave you alone, they were the ones that caused an issue. And those are also some of the places where I'm going to make sure that I am not carrying a 22. That's all there is to it. So guys and gals, take a look at the rest of the videos. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you've enjoyed this one. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe especially. The channel is growing, and our goal is to add what we can to the fight to save our Second Amendment. So thanks again. Catch you next video.
Let's